Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 137 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I update my account's progress every week, go through all the ships, characters, upgrades we're doing, plans for the future so that you all can follow along. As we get started, please remember to use that like button. It helps me, helps the channel. I'd appreciate it if you could help me out. The relic target for this week was a Boushh. So we got her ready to go. So I start upgrading her to Relic 5, I believe, is what we need for the Jabba the Hutt journey. But then I start thinking about it, and we're going to end up taking her to Relic 8 eventually for purposes of the crate raid. So at 5, I pause and think, and I take her to Relic 7, and then I kind of chicken out a little bit, and I don't actually put the Relic 8 onto her quite yet. So we hold off on that one just a little bit, but okay. Then we've got upgrade to Rooster here and get him to gear 12. Still working on the rest of this journey. Got plenty of characters to relic over the next few weeks, and they're all in pretty good shape. We're going to upgrade Daka here. I'll probably put a Daka relic in sometime either before or after Jabba, depending on how things work. I want to get a couple more assault battles running. Get some more challenge tier 1. Challenge tier 1 helps with the injector handles that you need for relicking characters. So with the increased rate of relics, we need to also increase the rate of getting those injectors. Back to the Night Sister team, we go in on Night Sister Zombie here, give a couple gear upgrades there. And we look at Iden Versio. We committed a couple gear pieces to Iden Versio already. We're going to commit a couple more to her this week, and now we're just waiting on those data pads, and we'll be able to take her to gear 12 as well. Put some better mods on her. Then we got Mother Talzin. We can take her up to level 85 and get a gear tier there. Here we go into mods. Now, last week I did double my mod farming. So by the time I come in here on the gray mods, I have 22 gray mods that have 4 or 5 speed. Here we hit an 8 speed on one of them. But then the rest of these, we are just going to keep going mod after mod after mod and missing that initial speed roll. Now for most of these mods, unless they have really fantastic stats, if they don't hit that speed roll on the first roll, then I don't want to continue to invest more expensive slicing materials in them. And even a couple of these mods with the higher speed, the rest of the stats didn't feel good enough to me. So we just go in here, keep swinging and missing on everything. And 7 of them left that I didn't even feel like slicing at that point. So we sliced 15 out of 22 and didn't get much success. Here we have another new mod at 15 speed, so we take it up. And we missed twice on this mod as well. Continuing our statistically improbable run for the day. Here we've got another mod we miss on the upgrade. And we get into all the blue and green stuff. Move on to the purple and gold mods. Get those all set up. And we did get a new arrow that's kind of interesting. As we go through and look at the different mods here that we could work on, I end up settling in on this arrow that it does have 15 speed with an offense main stat. So we take that up to 6 dots and we try a couple times to hit speed and we miss twice again. I'm looking at the calibration. The defense is good, the potency is good. I really don't want to even attenuate it or calibrate it at this point. So that's going to be it for mods. We'll take this TIE dagger up to level 85, put some initial skills on it. Think about taking some of these skills to level 7 or 8. At the end of the day, we upgrade it as much as we can without using too many materials. I don't think we're going to use the reinforce on it that much. This feels like a ship that you're going to want in your starting lineup, so I look at the reinforce abilities but then end up don't putting them on. At the end of the day, we're just going to get it to level 7 on the skills, level 6 on the passive, and move on. Looking at the other ships that I have down here that are yet to be worked on and unlocked, not really a lot of interest. So that's it. it's a relatively short upgrade session for this week. Got our Relic character, got one more Gear 12, and then really statistically unlikely results in the mods. Week 137, we're at 6.42 million GP. We added 20k this week. 77 relics, 95 zetas, 12 omicrons. JMK can still get us in the top 50, although we've dropped way down in the squad arena so that we can practice the matchups of the Fennec Shan team against Lord Vader and the Jedi Knight Luke team against SLKRs. Getting better at those matchups. In Fleet Arena, Profundity's still getting us top 5. Grand Arena, we're in Kyber 4, and the project will be Skiff Guard next week. Farming plan for next week remains the same. Trip 0, BT1, Bastila Fallen, Juhani, and the Inquisitors are being farmed passively on the days when it's relevant. Although I have been doing much less of the guild objectives on Darkside Day, and I just continue to farm Cairo on the Darkside Day. So we've cut back a little bit on extra hard nodes. I was doing 6 hard nodes a day. Now I'm doing these 4 and kind of holding off on the rest. In Cantina, doing signal data, still working here and there on Karth, trying to get ready for that Darth Revan journey. Mod slicing stays the same. Refresh strategies 3 on everything. I tried to clear up the 2023 planning, think about that through the last week. So we are going to finish out the Jabba journey. And then I think once Jabba's finished, we're going to focus on the crate teams. So we've got the Maul Mandos on this team up and running. We're going to get Jabba. We'll have Jabba himself and a separate Hutt Cartel team. So we'll try to make 2 teams there and the Mandos, and I will take them up to as high of relics as I think is reasonable. The Mando team, I might just relic 7 everybody and not make it to the last tier. We'll see what their contribution looks like. Committing all those characters to Relic 8 is going to be rough, but I do think for the for the Jabba team and for the off-Hutt Cartel team, whoever gets the best score will end up with a bunch of Relic 8s in this account, trying to maximize my participation in the crate raid. We'll weave Daka in there somewhere, trying to get that assault battle on lockdown. We'll get Malgus and Malik. Malgus is 2 proving grounds away from me, so we'll have Malgus. We'll get Malik. We'll get him unlocked through the new raid shop currency. And then we'll also go after the Inquisitors, and we'll relic Second Sister to try to get another assault battle unlocked down there. At least to challenge Tier 1. Remember, I'm not trying to, let's say, complete the assault battles. I just want to be able to get the challenge Tier 1 materials at least. And then, I'll be looking at the new GL, if there's a new GL announced by then, JML or the Leviathan. But it depends on a lot of things between now and then. That's like 5 months away. And in between that, I do want to look at potentially one other GAC team for offense. So I've been looking at Afra, Starkiller, Darth Revan, Sanastaros. I've been looking at a lot of different possibilities. But I think at the end of the day, we'll just do one team to take on offense. And then we'll slide into that next big journey. And by then, I think there'll be a new GL out. If there is a new GL, then I do think I'm going to want to do that rather than go to the Leviathan. But again, we'll have to see how good the Leviathan is, and that'll inform me more what I'm going to be working on. So I know people are going to say, well, Darth Revan, why not build the full Relic team with Darth Revan and Malgus? So I do plan to get all the characters ready and unlock them and probably take those characters eventually to Gear 12. I am going to relic Malgus and Malik. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take those teams on defense as they are and see if I can punch up. If we put a big relic on Malgus and put him with a bunch of Gear 12 stuff, let's see what that can kill. And then Malik, we'll try to keep him out and solo a team or 2 with him somewhere in the GACs. So we'll try it first as an offensive team and see if we can get away with less relics. The other thing about a Darth Revan team is that we already talked in the last few weeks about how stressed this account has become for good mods. Prompted me to go to the 100 cost refreshes on mods as often as I can, so we're struggling to get good mods in the account. And Darth Revan team is, better with good mods. So I feel like if I built that team and then put mediocre mods in them, I would kind of be wasting those relic materials. So right now I feel like it's better to focus on teams that will be okay without having crazy good mods.
Speaking of mods, 254 mods have been farmed this week. 22 gray mods with 4 or 5 speed. We sliced 15 of them. 1 hit speed to 8 speed, which was basically useless. 3 other new sliceable mods from green to gold with no hits on speed. These are statistically improbable results for the first double mod week. Let's see how next week goes.
All right, that's going to wrap up the progress for the account in week 137. Again, hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell to see more stuff like this in the future, or to know when I'm going live with my live streams. And as always, the link to our Discord is in the description down below. Click on that link, join us over on Discord. We got a fantastic community. Lots of people talking about the game, learning from each other. I got an Ask Loquitur channel over there if you want to ask a question directly from me. I'll get to it when I have the opportunity to answer. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next holocron.